Yo, 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 what's up, everybody? It's NFL boy Brandon, and back with another video. So, what I wanted to do in this video for you guys today, even though I can't call the 4 o'clock game between the Browns and the Texans, I will be doing the game later on this evening. So, for everyone, I wanted to take a second, real quick, before I get into what we're doing. And I wanted to let you guys know that the house that me and Rebecca are renting right now, the owner of this house is putting it out on the market. I'm not the owner of this house. I'm not selling it. I'm not doing any of that. I rent it. The owner of the house is putting it out on the market. So he's trying to sell it. So either one or two things is going to happen. Either someone's going to buy it and still want to rent it out to us, or he could buy, or they could buy it. He, she, whoever could buy the house, want to rent it out, but decide they don't want to rent it out to us. So then we would have to get out, or they could buy the house, decide that they want to live in it, and we would still have to get out. So I'm hoping for the best here, but yeah, I can't do the game today because where the house is on the market, they're doing showings, and yeah, they have 3 showings today, and one of them just so happens to fall in between game. So yeah, I can't do that. So forgive me, guys. It is going to be a little bit iffy over the next couple of weeks until the house gets sold or whatever. So yeah, anyways, but we are here, as you can tell by the title. It's the playoff prediction video. The playoffs start later on today. Actually, it's 1:26 in the morning as of right now. So I figured, why not bring you all a prediction video? Let's get into it. So first thing is first, we do got the Browns taking on the Texans. It's going to be a really good matchup. Whoever wins, I believe, goes on to play the Baltimore Ravens, seeing how other seeding falls or whatnot. But Joe Flacco, man, he's been playing at a whole new level right now. Like, it looks like a whole new level of Joe Flacco. Do I think the Browns should keep Joe Flacco and roll with him, maybe over to Deshaun Watson? Maybe. Let me know your comments down in the down in the comments below. Let me know your comment about that. Should they go with Joe Flacco or should they go with Deshaun Watson? In my opinion, I would go with Joe Flacco, man. He has been on a tear right now. Like, he looks entirely different. If they let him go, I would not be mad if New England invested in him for at least a year. But with all that being said, I got to go the Texans here, man. CJ Stroud is on a whole new level, and he's just a rookie, man. He looks entirely different. And one thing is for certain, he is better than Deshaun Watson. So, the Texans got a true one in CJ Stroud. I'm going the Houston Texans in a very close game here. Now, this second game that we got, the one that I'm going to be calling on later on tonight for you guys, is going to be a good one, man. It's the number 6 seed Miami Dolphins versus the number 3 seed Kansas City Chiefs. And this game is very interesting for a lot of reasons. One, it's because it's the Tyreek Hill return to Arrowhead Stadium. We got cheated of that earlier this season. As you guys know, the game between these two teams were played in Germany. So now we're getting one at Arrowhead Stadium. Tyreek Hill coming home. Both teams have been on a downfall, but there's one reason I'm taking this team that I'm going to pick here, and I'll go ahead and let you guys know. I got the Miami Dolphins over the Kansas City Chiefs, and the only reason I say that is because Kansas City has been on a downward spiral. And why have they been on that downward spiral? It's because Patrick Mahomes does not have any help at all. He doesn't have any help at all, and that's because they because of the wide receiver position, and his true number one wide receiver that he had, they traded to the Miami Dolphins. So Tyreek Hill is gonna have every chip on his shoulder to come in there tonight to prove. Okay, are we good here? Why the fuck did he just randomly kick me out of that? Anyways, Tyreek Hill is gonna have every need to come in there and have a chip on his shoulder and prove Patrick Mahomes and the organization of why they should have kept him. So on to the Nets game. It's the number 7 Pittsburgh Steelers at the number 2 Buffalo Bills. This one is easy for me. I got the Bills, man. I feel like they have got to prove themselves this year. It's either a make or break it this year. They got to prove themselves. I feel like Josh Allen and this team might go on a tear. Plus the Pittsburgh Steelers, I don't feel like Pittsburgh's going to have enough firepower to put up a good game here. Come on, man. It's the fucking it's Mason Rudolph in there playing. Now, if Kenny Pickett was in there, I think the game would be a lot more closer than I'm giving it credit for now. But yeah, as of now, I feel like the Bills have way more to fight for here. All right. So over here on Sunday, later on Sunday, we got the Green Bay Packers taking on the Dallas Cowboys. And then Sunday night, we got the LA Rams, taking on the Detroit Lions. And then we got the Philadelphia Eagles and Tampa Bay Buccaneers to finish out our wild card weekend on Monday night. So I will hopefully be here calling all these games for you on Sunday. Anyways, hopping over into our 4:30 game on Sunday. It's Green Bay Packers taking on the Dallas Cowboys. I feel like it's going to be a really, really, really good game. But I did see on Twitter that the Green Bay Packers, the last 7 out of 8 times that they've played the Dallas Cowboys, they've beat them. And that's exactly why I'm taking the Dallas Cowboys here. I feel like it's just their time to redeem themselves, man. And I feel like Dak Prescott is going to have a hell of a game. And he's going to be like, we're not losing again to Green Bay. We're winning this game. And they're going to come out and they're going to win it. I don't feel like it's going to be a blowout by any means. Jordan Love is a really good player and all that. I just feel like that defense of Dallas is going to do just enough to rock Jordan Love and to get them there. Now, this game is going to be really interesting on Sunday night. It's the Los Angeles Rams taking on the Detroit Lions. And the reason why it's so interesting is because for the first time since being traded, Matthew Stafford is making his return to Detroit. And with that being said, Detroit is going to be fired up and they are going to show Matthew Stafford why they traded him. They're going to say, look what Jared Goff can do. Look what Jared Goff can do. And oh my God, man, it's unreal how talented the Detroit Lions are, how far they've come. Like, it is ridiculous how far they have come. It's unreal to believe that Jamar Gibbs didn't even start running the rock full time into the middle of the season when David Montgomery went down with an injury. And then all of a sudden, Jamar Gibbs almost has 1,000 and some yards, and David Montgomery's over 1,000 yards. And Amari St. Brown is almost at like 1,400 yards or something. Like, it is ridiculous stats how good this Detroit Lion team is, man. It's unreal how unbelievable and how quick Dan Campbell changed the culture over there in Detroit. And I have them winning this game. Now, again, it's not going to be a blowout. It's going to be pretty close. I have most of these games being pretty close. But this game, I feel like this is our one game that could become a blowout. It's either going to be a very close contest or the Eagles is going to blow the brakes off the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, man. I have no faith in Tampa Bay winning this game. They could keep it close, but are they going to win it? No, they will not win it. Man, it's unreal that a team that went 8-8 on the season or whatever the fuck they are. Hang on, let me look up what their record was real quick. 9-8, 9-8. They were barely over 500, but they were there. It's unreal to me. A team barely over 500, makes the playoff. That is unreal. So yeah, I think Philadelphia is just going to handle them pretty easily. Anyways, on to the divisional round side of playoffs now. We'll do the NFC first since I did AFC first into wild card. I have San Francisco winning here. Again, I mean, it's Philadelphia. If there's any team I'm worried about right now coming into the playoffs, it would be Philadelphia. They just got lucky enough to have to play Tampa Bay, which is a team that I do not think can beat them. And then they get into the divisional round. Yeah, you got to win, but then you got to take on the hardest team, which is San Francisco in the NFC, and you're not getting past San Francisco. So out goes Philadelphia in a stout San Francisco, and they will win it pretty handily, I think, at least. Anyways, on to the really good game. It's going to be Detroit at Dallas, and I'm going Detroit here, man. I think Detroit. I think Jared Goff. I think Dan Campbell. I think all of them have a chip on their shoulder to prove here, and they are trying to make it to the Super Bowl here. And yeah, I got Detroit winning that game against Dallas, and it is going to be a really, really good game, a really close one as well. I can maybe see that one even being like a 3-point spread, or maybe even being our first game to go into overtime. Anyways, on to the AFC side. Now, why did I take the Dolphins over the Chiefs? Well, it was because they didn't have any wide receivers over there on the Chiefs. This other team, however, they do have wide receivers. They have a man by the name of Isaiah Likely, who isn't even the starting tight end, may I add. It's normally Mark Andrews, but he's out for the season. So Isaiah Likely stepping up. They got Zay Flowers. They got Odell Beckham Jr., that Lamar Jackson playing at an MVP level. If Lamar Jackson is not MVP by the end of this year, I don't know who the fuck is, and whoever you give it to, you're robbing Lamar Jackson, because by far the MVP of this year should be Lamar Jackson. And I'm taking the Baltimore Ravens to win this game pretty handily over the Miami Dolphins. I feel like Tua is going to have a really bad game in this one as well. I feel like he could throw a handful of interceptions against the Baltimore defense. But anyways, on to game number 2. It's number 4 Texans taking on the number 2 Buffalo Bills. CJ Stroud, you had a good run, man. You were looking so good. You played really, really, really good in this game. But like I said, the Buffalo Bills, man, they're on a tear right now. They got to take chances on winning the Super Bowl here. So yeah, I'm going Buffalo in that game against Houston. It sucks to see Houston go, but with how the seasons have gone the last 4 or 5 years, do not take anything away from the Texans, fan. Do not take anything away from the Texans, man. Y'all are on a tear right now, and the Texans organization is on a grind. And it is unreal to think that D'Amico Ryans just got over there this year in the offseason, and he already took you guys to the divisional round of the playoffs. Well, that's what I'm predicting, anyways. But you all are getting set to play in a wild card game for sure. So, anyways, we are on to the championship round, starting back over with the AFC side. Who am I kidding? Send Baltimore to the Super Bowl. Again, Baltimore cannot be stopped, man. Baltimore is on an absolute tear right now. Lamar Jackson, he's on a different level. Now, I feel like this game could be the closest one that the Baltimore Ravens will end up playing in the playoffs because of where the same caliber shit that Lamar Jackson can do, running around, scrambling, getting those extra yards, getting those extra time, slinging the rock, but also running people over. Josh Allen has the same equipped shit. Like, he can break tackles, he'll truck you over, he can run, he can pass, he can do all that. So I feel like if anybody's going to give Baltimore a run for their money, it would be Baltimore. I mean, it would be Buffalo, but Buffalo is going to fall just a little bit shy. It's going to be a really close game, though. On to the NFC side, it's the Detroit Lions and the San Francisco 49ers. I want to give Detroit the edge, but who am I kidding? San Francisco is going to make it there. They just have too much firepower for Detroit, man. They got Brandon Ayuk. They got Deebo Samuel. They got George Kittle. They got all this firepower, man. I feel like the only way San Francisco would lose this game against Detroit is if Brock Purdy has a fucked up game and he throws like pick after pick after pick after pick after pick, and Detroit just runs it down their throat. That's the only way I see them losing. Outside of that, I think they will make the Super Bowl. And now we got Baltimore, and now we got San Francisco, and I'm taking Baltimore Ravens to win it all. I feel like, dude, all I got to say is if we get a Baltimore Raven, San Francisco 49ers Super Bowl, my God, what a Super Bowl matchup it's about to be. Both teams have outstanding offenses. Both teams have outstanding defenses. And I feel like, okay, let me go here. Please do not get mad, San Francisco 49er fans. But I feel like the difference in this game is the quarterbacks. I feel like Lamar Jackson is going to be just a little bit too much for that San Francisco defense, as to where Brock Purdy does not have that run around capability like Lamar Jackson does. And I think Lamar and the Lamar and the Baltimore Ravens win the Super Bowl because of it. Anyways, guys, I am out of here. That is my playoff predictions for you guys. I hope everyone enjoys the playoffs. I will see you guys later on tonight for game 2 between the Dolphins and the Chiefs, and hopefully see you guys all Sunday for all wild card weekend. We will be doing the Monday night game as well between Philadelphia and Tampa Bay. Until then, I'm out of here. Peace.